give me 2 hours, please. Have your pouch done, or shall I pack it up? With 1 ounce in front, pack the other. Then, anything further, sir? Yes, let me have a box of 50 cigarettes. Virginian or Turkish? Turkish, please. Now, this is a very good cigarette, sir. I think you'll like it. 6 shillings for 50. All right, give me 50. And let me have the matches, too. Yes, sir. 1 box? Yes, 1 box. How much is that altogether? Let me see, that's 2 shillings, 8 shillings, 8 and a penny in all, sir. Thank you, sir. Good morning.
A bit of a classic, isn't it? I couldn't quite believe it. I don't think I'd ever heard Tolkien's voice before, actually. I don't think there were many recordings. And obviously, from a commercial point of view, I think that, that's a great selling point for a record, isn't it? If you're a learner of English as a foreign language, then you've got the stamp of approval that it's Professor A. Lord James, Professor of Linguistics at UCL, who features on a number of things, recordings, with, a great literary figure. It's kind of a second hook, isn't it, for a buyer? Why do you think someone like Tolkien in 1929 already quite celebrated?
Obviously, Tolkien himself was also an academic linguist. He was professor of medieval English at the University of Leeds initially. I believe he then went on to the University of Oxford. So he's clearly got links into this academic linguistics world that was represented by Lord James on the recording. Obviously, he's more famous to us as a literary figure. He was very interested in language and wanted to look at Lord of the Rings and those various languages that he invented, Elvish and other languages that are incorporated into his texts.
But not all the teacher self-recordings are about formal language. Here's a disc produced in France called Relaxed English.
On this record, you will hear a number of dialogues in which English people are talking during their moments of relaxation, when their speech is also relaxed and very idiomatic. Most people who speak English as a foreign language find slang difficult, and the difficulty is increased because each class uses its own kind of slang.
It may be worth clarifying to the listener that this record is not a parody.
The working class young man says that the shirt he admires is posh, whereas the upper class young man would probably call it a peach. It is not enough to be able to understand and use some slang. It must be the right kind of slang. In class-conscious England, using the wrong kind of slang can be very damaging socially. On this record, all the idioms and the slang are in every way socially acceptable.
Tracks include Overheard in an Oxford tea room.
Hello, Johnny. You're looking a bit down. What's eating you?
Oh, I've had a rocket from the college authorities.
You're not going to be sent down, are you?
Heavens, I hope not.
What have you been up to?
Oh, the usual cutting lectures, late the tutorials, and generally living it up. Now I've fluffed my limbs.
But they'll let you take that again.
Yes, but I've been warned that if I put up any more blacks, I've had it.
Then you'd better take a pull at yourself and get down to it, hadn't you?
Boy meets girl.
Here's a nice pub. Let's have a knock in.
What's yours?
Pint out of the barrel.
2 pints out of the barrel, please. Cheerio.
Here's mud in your eye.
Let's take our beer out into the garden and join up with those 2 girls.
And the pièce de résistance, a track called You've Got to Be With It.
For Pete's sake, turn that off.
But boy, she's got everything. She certainly sends me.
Well, she doesn't me. She drives me up the wall.
Oh, don't be such a square-headed. Hark at that beat. You just got to be with it.
Oh, get lost.
Oh, seriously, Harry, just dig that beat. It's absolutely fab.
It's no good, Tom. I only like trad, so cut it
just think for a moment how you learn English. You learn by listening. As you listened to people talk, the sounds they made became associated in your mind with objects you saw and with emotions you felt. You were beginning to understand.
Time to take the listener by surprise. Track 2.
Mama's precious pet. Mama's precious pet. Mama's precious pet. Mama's precious pet.
After that, you began to imitate those sounds, and then suddenly,
Won't you, Mama's precious pet? Mommy's little precious pet. Won't you, Mama's precious pet? Won't you, Mommy's little precious pet?
you see, there's no parrot fashion then.
They call me British Sparky. I'm just a little bird, but I can talk and chatter all the day. Nursery rhymes, plainly can be heard, while a clever little budgie might die. It's not mine.
That was the voice of my old friend Sparky Williams, undisputed talking champion of the budgie world, and I can't imagine we'll ever see his like again. You'll hear him often in this recording, not only to entertain and interest, but also to demonstrate just what a bird can do when he's been properly trained and cared for. The end product, if you like, of years of monumental patience on the part of someone like Mrs. Williams, who made Sparky into the phenomenon he was.
Give me a kiss. Give me a kiss. Give me a kiss.
We've heard from an academic and an archivist, now an artist.
He was brought to the public attention by Maddie Williams, his owner, and his personal mother.
Andrew Dodds has a keen interest in Britain's most talkative bird, and his own Mrs. Williams.
She ran dance school. She was childless. That's what was bought for her as a surrogate child. And through her, what can I say, through her desires to bring sport into public attention, and through her skills with her dance school, she created this little creature that could mimic her voice.
And because of her background in dance and performance, Sparky wouldn't expect.
Yes, absolutely. She already had that idea of pedagogy, and she was already training young children, so she was applying these skills to the budget.
I think, of course, the first thing is to get them friendly with you and to know you, and you've got to use endless patience and keep on and on with them, saying the things over and over again. Clever little boy. Clever little boy.
And Mrs. Williams produced a record in which you repeated phrases to help teach your own bird to talk.
Clever little boy. Clever little boy.
It may seem contradictory to begin this section by saying budgies don't learn to talk, but it's quite true, they don't.
From the LP titled Talking Budgery Master of Philip Marsden.
All they really do is to learn to imitate sounds. And the interesting thing is, they'll only bother to imitate sounds they like. If you want a bird to talk well, you've got to make him like you so much that he'll want to imitate the sounds you've made. Once you've made him your friend, he'll pay breathless attention to every word you utter, and his natural powers of mimicry will become focused on your voice. Listen to Sparky's impression of one of his training sessions.
Sparky said for Bobby. Come on, say it for Baba. Will you? Come on, it's pretty little birdie. Hello. Are you going to say it for Bobby? Will you? Clever little boy.
The actual teaching to talk isn't difficult, but it does require two things: patience and consistency. Patience, because every lesson has to be repeated many times over several days before the bird can really get hold of it and organize his throat muscles to imitate it. Consistency, because the word or phrase you're teaching must be repeated in exactly the same way each time, so that the bird always hears the same sound.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
So what have we got there?
It's sort of a diary, but it's her notes on bringing up Sparky. She wanted it published at some point. So Matty writes, with his speech and expression being so perfect, it was no wonder that as time went on, I talked to and treated him as I would a child. I can only think and write of him as a person.
Did Sparky understand anything?
Matty definitely believed that she was having conversations with him.
I did a bit of the cat and the feather. Just jumped on the boat. And it was down the line to see her get up. But they shot at me people.
I've never heard a Budgie speak about that. It's unbelievable.
I know, he's amazing, isn't he? That's why he was in the Guinness Book of Records.
And you've got the Guinness Book of Records right there. It's, can you read the entry? What date is it?
It was from 1964, and there is the world's largest snail, the world's oldest tree, and Sparky, the world's most talkative bird. So the entry says, Budgerigar called Sparky Williams, 1955 to 1962, owned by Mrs. M. Williams, Bear Cross, Bournemouth. That's where she moved to, but she retired to the seaside. Had a vocabulary of 531 words, including the words budgerigar, chatterbox. He did have a recording contract with Parlophone.
He has a recording contract with Parlophone. 2 years later, the Beatles were on Abbey Road, recorded on Parlophone. It's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, he's on Parlophone Records.
I don't think Sparky signed the contract. Let's put it like that. So,
Jack Jill went up the hill to fetch a pail of water. Jack fell down and broke his crown, but Jill came tumbling after.
Sparky is immortalised in his recordings. All these years later, we can hear Sparky's voice. Is it really Sparky?
there's a debate about this. Some people are saying it's definitely Sparky, others think there's a grey area. Some of the recordings are up for debate, but others aren't. Yeah, it is most definitely the bird.
All the recordings?
No, not all the recordings. It's a grey area.
What does that mean?
I think it's a tricky call. We're not completely sure if all of the recordings are Sparky, or if some of them are actually intervening on his behalf.
I can talk and shut that out for me.
Yes, I know you can, but we've only time for one more, I'm afraid. Let's see, what about, Little Jack Hawk?
Little Jack Hawk sat in the clover, eating his Christmas pie. He put in that and pulled out that plum and said, what a good guy am I.
You're a very good boy indeed, Sparky. Well, goodbye, everyone.
Do we know if Sparky actually did fall off his perch? Or he didn't?
She does talk very lovingly of the moment when she finds him dead.
Good night, my little treasure. Sparky, go to sleep. Sparky, go to sleep.
Straight in time.
How to make an archival film, side 2, track 1.
The enclosed leaflet will help you to follow the movement. So let's start with look lively. Feet together, weight on your right foot, and get ready to step onto your left. Step left and raise right. Lead right, raise left, step left, raise right. Right, raise
Before Jane Fonda, before the Green Goddess, there was Eileen Fallon, on TV, on radio, and on record. Britain's original fitness instructor.
twice. More, be sure the opposite elbow meets the knee.
It's always good to hear from people with first-hand news. The last time you saw it. Even better if it's a reunion.
1668. It's a long time. We've kept in touch. We've seen each other.
Gin Chapman and Pauline Boone, who used to work with Eileen when you were recording with Eileen. She was at the microphone. Can you just give me a sense of how those recordings work?
Well, it was just really like a class of one-to-one. So I just followed her, whatever she was teaching.
So that's really interesting. So what you were that person
Yes,
she was talking.
that's right.
And if she needed you
Yes.
performing what
then right toe, touch left knee. Tip and lift and drop, left to right, don't stop, right to left, drop back, left to right, you've got the left. She was married to a very, very nice man. They didn't have any children. He worked for J.L. Frank, the film people, and he was very supportive of her. She had a wonderful pianist called Helen Shields. Lie down very thin and uncurl your spine. All her exercises were very, very carefully thought out. She would go through numerous pieces of music to make sure she had exactly the right piece for the right movement. Made it easy, and he loved the movement. I still do. Now come on, and cycle. With your feet up in the air, stretch and bend, keep going, drop your feet down to the chair. Help yourself to sit up. Right, that's up. Lie down very gently and uncurl your spine. Relax.
Keeping Fit with Eileen Fowler from 1960. She'd started out in the munitions factories during the war, leading exercise classes for women workers. Later on, she built up a huge following.
Keep your knees relaxed and start with an alternate side step. Step right, raise left arm, bend to right. Step left, raise right, straight.
Could you just describe her own demeanour, how she stood, how she looked?
She was quite small, and she always held herself beautifully. And I can see her now walking across the stage to the microphone and just smiling, and everybody's just stopping and looking at her.
You could feel that presence just coming in. She could hold the whole audience.
Then step left and stretch, and right and stretch. Now big circle, right, bend your knees. That's it. Now step right out to the floor, pull back once more, look at your hand. Step left, cross right, across left, close. Step right and bend. Step left and bend. Now much bigger circle, bend those knees, drop your head, look back at your left hand, down to the floor.
Why did, in a way, women need Eileen Fowler at that time when she was sort of becoming?
Through the wartime, you were rather constricted with clothes and where you could go. It was a sudden freedom to be yourself. And she made you feel good to be a woman.
Now really move this time. Step right and stretch. Step left and stretch. Now big circle, right down. Right to the back. Swing down to the floor and back. Once more. Step right, across, right, and close. That's one of her records. So,
That's a great LP record. With the title Enjoy Your Slimming with Eileen Fowler.
hello again. Enjoy your slimming with sensible eating and exercise. Get in the mood with a little gentle jogging. So slip off your shoes and let's fly on the spot.
It's a fantastic inscription. Pauline, with my love and 1,000 thanks for all the wonderful work, I salute a real trooper, Eileen. Oh, that's lovely.
Run, run, run. That's it. Pick up your feet. Pick them up in the bag. Keep it tight. Go on, run, run, run. Anywhere. Run anywhere in the room. She was nearly 90 when she died, and her skin and everything was perfect. She looked, I used to go and see her, and she was still a very, very attractive lady. And I think everybody just admired her, and we all wanted to be like her. Over to the left, over to the right, over to the left, over to the right.
Her work has stayed with me and is still with me. So it's all
Oh, still walking around? So it just worked.
Yes, I should realise how old you both are, but you
We're
certainly...
both the same. 1932. It was 83 this year.
music can lift your spirits so much. And you have that with movement, two together. Beautiful.
And that was Eileen Fowler's philosophy.
It was.
She lived life to the full.
the recorder.
Time for an intriguing juxtaposition.
You don't have to play the record from the beginning each time. So just look at the sleeve, listen to the music, and have fun playing along with the musicians.
Here, the listener might welcome some expert analysis and some exploration of the key themes that have emerged from the records. Cue an esteemed historian, like David Kynaston, author of a series of books on the history of Britain after 1945. David, I wonder how the role of the individual changes in this post-war period.
Yeah, I mean, it's in a way, actually, I think, as we look back at the whole span of post-war history, it's sort of a $64,000 question. This relationship between the individual, call it individualism on the one hand, and call it collectivism on the other. I mean, one way in which we see it actually is in sport and in leisure pursuits, in which the more collectivist games, although they still remain popular, like football, like cricket, like rugby, but actually the ones that are really on the rise are things like golf.
This is Peter Thompson speaking. If you're a golfer like me, you'll be thinking about your game long after.
Tennis is becoming more popular.
There's nothing mysterious about lawn tennis. It's a game that can be enjoyed at any age. Do you agree, Lou?
I certainly would, Lord Aberdeen.
Sailing.
My name is Watts, Captain O.M. Watts, and I want to talk to the thousands of boat owners who take to the rivers.
It was incredibly popular sailing by the late 50s, early 60s.
This recording is designed to introduce a basic knowledge of seamanship, and above all, of safety at sea.
The balance is starting to change.
A. I have a diver down. Keep well clear at slow speed. B. I am taking in, or discharging, or carrying dangerous goods. C. Yes.
Second and third fingers pick the first and second strings together. First finger picks a third string.
The other thing about merging to a more individualistic society is there is more space for more self-expression, less pressure on conformity.
Here's a song to practice with some bass runs to work on.
Teach Yourself Folk Guitar, John Pierce, 1963.
There were three brothers in merry Scotland. In Scotland there lived brothers three. And they did cast lots, which of them should go. All for to turn rubber all on the salt sea.
As far as these records are concerned, they cover a wide range of instruction, information and behaviour. A lot of things about self-help, whether it's exercising, a lot of hypnotism, it's a sense that people get confused by the time.
I think people, though not quite as comfortable in their skins as they once had been, I think I would put it like that, a greater sense of awareness of other people would look at them and kind of make judgments about them.
How often have you envied the face and the complexion of a woman whose skin was firm and as smooth as a rose petal? How often have you wished that yours could look the same? Well, you can have the holiday magic look if you would just stop wishing and start working today with
the start of that now very modern focus on the image. Image is starting to become really important.
To become a more beautiful and attractive person in face and mind. Now for the exercise, and the first one will be to strengthen the muscles around your mouth, which will help to discourage wrinkles and fine lines around your lip line. Here I want you to gently press your lips together in a pursed position. Now then, open and spread your mouth as wide as you can, just as you see illustrated in section A. Come on, all the way, if you want to get the full benefit of the exercise. Now relax. Let's take this one 5 times.
understand. But I'm going to help.
Relaxation, hypnosis, sleep learning. The mind.
And with your help and cooperation, we shall succeed. So let's start.
Start slimming with Henry Blythe, whose photo appears on his record cover.
Just imagine that I'm actually with you.
The liner notes instruct the listener to look at the portrait of life whilst the disc is being played.
Very attentive. Stand high. Stand high.